What's up, guys? I'm John from Across the Board, and this video is going to be all on Liverpool's Champions League win. If you're looking for some insightful, you're looking for some analysis of the game, I'm really not here to provide that. This is just going to be telling you about my experience, if you haven't heard from the podcast and other outlets, how I became a Liverpool fan, what this win really meant to me, and then some videos of me and Colton having a hell of a time experiencing the Champions League win. So, for me, obviously, I'm going to sound no different than any Liverpool fan or probably a lot of fans that you've heard talk about this game, is that it meant so much to me, and this was everything for me. The win was, it wasn't the greatest game or anything, but the actual holding of the trophy and everything meant everything for me. I started supporting Liverpool around like 2013, 2014, and so I never saw a Champions League win. I never saw a Premier League win. In fact, I've never seen Liverpool hold a trophy at all. So for me, just being a fan as I am, I would assume that the Champions League is the biggest to win, and it's the most important to win. And I get that Liverpool fans want the Premier League win because they haven't won in 20 years. But I always wanted the Champions League. And last year, heartbreak. I was in the same pub as I was this year, and feeling that heartbreak of Gareth Bale killing us, and everything that happened with Karius. It felt, we were in there. It was my best friend, Colton. You guys know him from the podcast. And then my girlfriend, and we got to experience a Liverpool win with, like, I was confident. I felt great about the game, and it was our moment. I spent so many months, I spent probably about 3 months trying to find my club, and I went insane every single day researching. I wanted the club that I found to be the club for me forever, and I found that. And the social and political and just every aspect of Liverpool embodied me and represented and had my values. And that's a great thing about football, is that you have a club that represents you. If you can find it, and there's so many clubs out there, you can find the club that represents you. And as an American, that's not always the same for American sports. It's kind of like, and I know, I mean, most people support the club, whatever that their family supported, but you can go out and find that club for you. And I found that with Liverpool. And it's supporting them. I remember in the first season, there was a game and somebody had said, are you sure you guys picked the right team? And Liverpool weren't great. And then Martin Skirtle busted his head open with a game-winning header, and I just turned around and I was like, absolutely, I supported the right team. And I love the guys, and I love Daniel Sturridge. That's really a huge reason why I became a Liverpool fan, was Daniel Sturridge. And then everything changed with Klopp. Klopp came in, and he represented everything I would want someone to represent, the passion. I love that he goes out and is cheering with his players and goes out and it goes crazy because he's like a little kid, because that's what sports can provide for you, is that kind of emotion that, like, you can't even really put it into words. And I love when someone represents that. There's not too many clubs that can represent something so well and then have someone as their manager that literally embodies everything about that. But Klopp does for Liverpool. And Klopp's almost like that dad that you want, because he just lets you be you, and he lets all the players be them. And I'm so proud of this club. I'm so proud of every single player, from Mo, who's my favorite player, and it seems like, and from everything we've seen, the nicest dude in the world, and Bobby, Mane's phenomenal run this season. I met a family member of Mane, and James Milner just counted out and just kind of thrown away because he didn't have the talent that Man City needed, but he had that heart and that passion that they don't have at that club, that Liverpool have. And not only do we say that, we've shown that by getting a guy like James Milner and going, you have that leadership, go show that to our guys. and he's been absolutely phenomenal for us. And I couldn't be more thankful for him. And then Jordan Henderson, who's been casted out by every single person, and even myself, I've said that Jordan Henderson wasn't necessarily the top quality, but when you go in an American sport and you go, that's not a championship quarterback. So many people have said that about Jordan Henderson. He's not a championship type captain. He's not going to win you a championship when you have Jordan Henderson as your captain. But you're wrong. And then we have Virgil, who literally hasn't let a dribble past him in 64 appearances. He's played 72 games at Liverpool in 64 appearances. If he doesn't win the Ballon d'Or, you're saying no defender's ever going to win the Ballon d'Or. That guy had the best season of anyone. He's phenomenal. And Robbo just has the hustle and the never give up attitude. And Trent has been challenged every single game and tried to be picked on because he's young and he's not as experienced and he's not as good as everybody else. And he has absolutely flourished because of that. And for a 20-year-old Scouser, that's phenomenal. And this club has represented everything about me and how I'm absolutely in love with this club. There is no analyst to this. The game wasn't all that amazing. That Origi goal, though, you'll see. I'll put up where every goal was. That was when we could finally breathe and go, we did it. We're champions. And in that moment, I was supposed to, it's a long story, but I was supposed to be in Liverpool for this game. I had done so much to try to get there, and this was starting at the beginning of the season, and I just felt like we were either going to win the league or we were going to win the Champions League. We were holding a trophy, and I wanted to be in Liverpool for it. And unfortunately, some stuff happened, and I couldn't be there. And truthfully, it was better to just be with the people I love, to be with my best friend, and to be with my girlfriend, and to be with so many people in an area where I had been and watched so many games, and people knew me, and everyone had accepted us and loved the club just as much as someone from Liverpool would. And maybe we don't fully get it because we're not in Liverpool, and I will be in Liverpool soon, and across the board we'll take you to Liverpool. That is a promise. But for that moment, just for all the people that knew how special this was for me, it was perfect. So here is the videos of just us screaming and cheering and yelling and smiling and probably crying, at least me probably crying, of this Champions League win that meant the world to me. And here it is. So thank you to Liverpool. Thank you to every single person, supporter, player, coach, every single person. Walk on. Love you.
Against Lloris.